hungover. Fuck preambles. Let's just dive right into it. The 2021 Game Awards. They happened. There was glamour, there was music, surprises, and upsets. Last time you heard us, our voices, we placed our bets, and today we are going to break down our scores and reveal which one of the three of us came out victorious. This, along with our opinions of the ceremony as a whole, as well as a formal run-through of all the announcements shown that evening. This is Hot Button. I'm Randall Beatrice. Here, of course, with Austin Blakesley.
Hello.
And Sean Chambers.
What's going on?
And it's my birthday. So,
Happy birthday.
Yeah. Without further ado, though, the event launched off with, I guess the pre-show at 7:30. I always forgot that like they do this until you reminded me, Sean.
Mm-hmm.
So for that half hour, they will do like it's basically like an early presentation for some of the smaller reveals. Except they did a couple of awards here too. I don't know. It's strange. Anyway, Tunic, the adorable Zelda Fox title, has a date after all these years. Lands March 16th.
Release it in March. Great idea. Phenomenal.
There's nothing else going on that month.
I think you said that exact same thing. Yeah.
Our first category, Games for Impact, or as Austin called it, not impactful enough for the main show.
Yeah, let's just get this one out of the way quick.
Yeah.
But it was Life is Strange, True Colors. Did anyone else besides myself have that one on their bingo card? Or
Nope.
No?
Yeah, we all took a chance on that one, I think.
I voted for Boyfriend Dungeon. Sean voted for Chicory.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then this was rather unexpected. They showed a trailer. The Friday the 13th guys are making a Texas Chainsaw Massacre multiplayer game.
I love it.
Yeah, but hopefully they don't run into licensing issues this time.
Then I won't love it.
Well, I think Netflix has the Texas Chainsaw Massacre rights right now, so.
Netflix?
Mm-hmm, they're making a TV show.
And isn't that like a direct sequel to the first movie?
Something like that.
And all the other ones no longer canon? I guess Halloween did that too.
I believe this. The second one is a direct sequel.
Yeah, the second one's the best one.
I mean, interesting to see if they can capture the horror in the game, but also in that new show.
Yeah, I wonder if it's still going to be 8 players. That would be rad. Homeworld 3 footage was next. And then that's, I guess speaking of shows, that's sci-fi. The Expanse is getting a choose-your-own-adventure game under the Telltale banner.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also being helmed by Deck 9, too.
Yes.
It's weird.
Telltale's back, baby.
Yeah. Chivalry Christmas event. By the way, it did get tough during my note taking to differentiate between what was new and what was just an ad.
Mm-hmm.
So bear with me. Monster Hunter Rise expansion was shown. Is it Sunbreak?
Sunbreak, yeah.
Yeah. Annapurna's Thirsty Suitors was after that. The internet seemed to love it. I found it aggressively off-putting.
It was interesting.
Yeah, they like it because of the representation, which I get, but also like the mocap was bad and the voice acting was bad, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, even the I don't know, that title doesn't, using the word thirsty, I feel like we're past.
Take a drink then.
We're not past that. You need to go on TikTok more, bro.
No. Evil West got a gameplay premiere. You were way into the music, Austin. I'm being facetious. It was like some butt metal,
yeah.
like
I do love butt metal.
Took me a second to remember it.
Then it was Have a Nice Death. It was cute.
That looks cool.
Yeah, it's a great name. Also, I kind of seemed like Hollow Knight.
Yeah, but like if Hollow Knight was good, got him.
Second award, Best Audio Design, went to Forza Horizon 5.
Yeah, for all those microphones they stuck
No
behind exhaust.
No points for any of us.
That's going to be, I think, a running trend for this
episode, turns
I
out
believe.
We all don't know shit about games, apparently.
Yeah. I mean,
that's the only instance of Resi losing.
I'm sure we all stand by our picks. I stand by Village.
Yeah. I stand by Returnal.
Yeah, and I also stand by Returnal more than Forza, so.
And also First of Many for that game as well.
For Forza?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Planet of Lana, arriving in 2022. I don't even remember what that is.
I don't know. It's like a Breath of the Wild thing. There were a lot of those.
Yeah. And then the pre-show closed out with Persona 4 Arena Ultimax, the fighting game.
Mm-hmm.
What was it again? Coming to PC or
PC and consoles, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Which made a lot of people mad because they thought Persona 4 was coming to consoles.
Or you mean
Yeah.
Switch or whatever?
Well, Switch, Xbox, and PlayStation.
Oh,
because
right.
it's not on. It's only on Steam.
Yeah, this was the fighting game, right?
I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
But then the official ceremony began with Sting
Yeah.
and the video game orchestra performing a boring-ass song from the otherwise great animated series Arcane.
Mm-hmm. It's good in the show.
Yeah, sure.
I just don't need to
All
see
right.
Sting on stage with a popped collar singing it with absolutely no enthusiasm.
That collar
That's all.
was so popped.
Uh-huh.
Randy,
I mean, I said it the other night, everything post-police with him just...
Yeah.
you would hate this, Randy, but I'd almost rather have like a song from The Artful Escape be played.
I would take that
Yeah.
over. Yeah. This sounded like something like Disney would commission, in the 90s.
Yeah.
Like in one of those movies. Then Jeff Keighley took the stage to disparage the recent allegations of workplace harassment abundantly plaguing this industry, specifically in response to the horrible Activision Blizzard stuff. We should also clear the air a little about this ourselves. At the time of our last recording, the criticisms of Keighley's initial handling of the questions surrounding it had not happened yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Obviously, we condemn that bullshit straight to hell.
Yeah.
And it sounds like at this point he does too. We could discuss this further, but we'll save that for another more appropriate episode.
He said something. So what exactly that means,
Yeah.
we'll
See.
But
Moving on, Giancarlo Esposito presented both Best Indie Game and Best Debut to Kena Bridge of Spirits.
Kana. Started playing it this
Kana.
morning, so
Kana.
she introduces herself at the beginning of the game as Kana.
Did they? How is it pronounced last night? Or not
Kenna.
last night, the other night.
They said Kana.
Did I?
Kina
Okay.
and then Kana. Now we have the official word. Also, really quick aside to this, he also came out with that killer new word, boundaries.
I forgot.
Boundaries.
Boundaries.
Wait, okay.
You had a Steve Brule moment
Yeah.
there.
So they got best indie
And
best
debut.
debut.
And
Yeah.
Best Debut. I'm so
Okay,
sorry
so-
that they failed you, Inscription. And
So,
Forgotten City.
No points for best indie.
Randy, right?
No,
No.
Randy voted for Loop Hero. I voted for Inscription. You voted for Death's Door. And best debut indie.
Well-
I voted for Valheim. Randy voted for Forgotten City, and Sean voted for Kenna.
Oh, I
So
got a
Sean
point.
got a
Yes.
point.
Well, don't say voted. Say
Predicted.
bet.
Bet.
We
Predicted
gotta come
bet.
next year. We gotta come up with more universal language for this. 'Cause when I was editing the first part, I apologize to our audience because we were using all these words to mean everything, and it was a little hard to keep track of. But
I think
yes.
contextually we made it clear which ones we're rooting for
By the way, I'm keeping track of both.
compared to the
So I'm keeping track of who won their predictions, but also whose heart won.
Nice.
That'll
And
be
so
interesting.
far, our hearts have 0 points.
Yeah. It's going to be a common theme. I have
That's
a
the
feeling.
tradition.
Yeah.
Hellblade 2 reappears after 2 years.
Yep.
Yep.
The trailer was a tad long,
Yeah.
but
I put up, I don't know if you guys watched it. I watched them all this morning. I couldn't find anybody who made a playlist of all the trailers, so I just made one.
I thought there was one out there.
yeah.
I don't know. I made one. And I added all of them.
Cool.
Posted in Discord. But the Hellblade trailer is 7 minutes long.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, that's for an event like this that they have to squeeze a bunch in.
There was
Mhm.
a couple that got long run times.
Yeah, yeah.
That's like E3 main stage levels of
Oh, yeah.
of length, though. Then it was a pretty beautiful cinematic, I assume from Blur, of Quantic Dream's Star Wars Eclipse.
Yes.
Yeah, it was neat.
Seems
I
interesting.
yeah.
We should mention a lot of allegations coming out of that studio as
Yep.
well.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a lot of talk on the interwebs about
The hypocrisy.
the hypocrisy there, but
Maybe they should have spread them a little further apart.
maybe that's a different conversation for a different time. But it's like I follow this one chick on Twitter. Her name is Belinda Garcia, and she works for Activision, and she wrote Call of Duty Vanguard. And it was very heartbreaking because she posted and she was like, I hate the studio that I work for. Don't get me wrong, but it does suck to pour my heart into like a piece of art and then have people all just dismiss it all at once. And it's like that, again, different conversation for a different time, but that's the same thing. It's like
video games are collaborative, like, for the most part, are pretty...
David Cage is a ginormous piece of shit, but there's a lot of very talented people working at Quantic Dream as well. So
yes,
right.
Absolutely.
Hopefully for them, that Star Wars license thing works out.
Agreed. Do you think eclipses are common in that universe?
I mean, yeah, they got more suns. So I would say, like, on Tatooine specifically, it's twice as common.
Fair enough. There was the Global Gaming Citizen segment, keeping with that from, I think, last year, which is cool. Monolith is the fine creators of Fear and Condemned Criminal Origins are making a Wonder Woman game.
Yes.
I'm in.
Which, yeah, to me, this, like, I don't really give a shit about Wonder Woman.
I guess more recently you would say the Shadows of Mordor.
Yeah.
Shadows of Mordor games.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really give a shit about Wonder Woman, but this kind of reads to me as like a Guardian situation.
Yeah.
Where they're like, they have their main studios working on Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. And then they're like, hey, you guys, why don't you go ahead and make a Wonder Woman? Just like Square's like, hey, you, make a Guardians game. And then it turns out to be the best of all of them. So, who knows?
I'll definitely bringing that up more in Game of the Year, because also since the first part of this was recorded, I hadn't played Guardians yet. Now I'm on the final boss, and
nice,
man, that it is like I'm really enjoying it, but it's so baffling that why wasn't it just that the first time? Like it's,
but also Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League. Title's too long, please shorten it. Those are most likely going to be multiplayer experiences, right? So this
correct
is going to be like a single player.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, right.
Also, no dates on a lot of like.
Oh yeah,
tons of stuff didn't get a date.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm a little disappointed. I wish they could go back to fucked up horror shit again, but why not? Wonder Woman game. It's.
I wish they would make a sequel to Gotham City Imposters.
Yeah.
So can't all get what we want.
I mean, this is also a kind of like fascinating in how superheroes are breaking into the video game space pretty heavy with, because you have the Wolverine game from Insomniac that's also in the works, and like
they're doing too much right now.
Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man 2.
Avengers added Spider-Man. You got Gotham Knights, you got Suicide Squad, you got Wonder Woman.
That
shit.
Tactics game or the XCOM?
The XCOM one.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that one, too. Best performance. My favorite part of the night. Maggie Robinson there with her +1, Jill Valentine actress Nicole Tompkins. Mm-hmm. Took home the gold. I love it. Although, sadly, it was Village's single win.
Okay, so we have to...
Talk about leaning in.
We got to talk about this.
Okay.
Because I have written down that you picked Colt.
No. Oh.
You changed.
Fuck, why did I do that?
Okay. Because you said you didn't, but I remember editing you changed to Colt. When Sean picked Colt, I picked Lady D.
For the memes. My heart was with her. I voted for her.
You got a heart point. You got 1 HP, dude.
Did I get a heart point there? No?
You didn't get shit.
No. That's right.
Poor Alex.
Yeah.
Life is strange.
Or I bet on Lady D, voted for Alex Chen. You, Randy, bet on Colt, voted for Lady D. Sean bet on Colt, voted for Alex Chen.
Right.
So.
Poor Alex.
Yeah.
If only. Stuck with my...
Yeah, should have stuck with your gut.
Yeah, I should have too.
The most shocking reveal, in my opinion, was preceded this. Alan Wake 2. Coming 2023.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. That rules.
They really
Max Payne himself was there to talk about it.
Didn't sound like Max.
They have really. I don't know if you've been following this, but Sam Lake has done a couple of interviews now, and he is really hammering home how much he's like. The last game was an action game. This is survival horror.
Yeah,
fuck.
That was awesome to hear. He specifically
So
said,
down.
if I'm remembering correctly, this is going to be our take on the genre.
Mm-hmm.
So
Cool.
that should bode well. I'm hopeful.
And that was, by the way, we have this discussion a lot, and I want to get your opinion on this. That is how you do a cinematic trailer.
Oh yeah.
Clearly, the game is
Yes.
coming out in 2023, so it's not ready yet. But we were watching it, and it was zooming in, and we were like, what is this?
Yeah.
And then Sean was like, this is Alan Wake? And I was like, oh, is this an ad for Alan Wake Remaster?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
And then we're like, yeah, I guess it is. And then it zoomed in, and his face was all bloody, and then it said Alan Wake 2, and we lost it.
Yeah.
So
No, you're right. That is how you do it.
That is how you do
I
it.
think the opposite is like the Redfall one, where it's like 15 minutes long, and it's just showing mechanics, but as CG, like being performed by CG models, and you're like, well, that, yeah. Ben Schwartz continues to be a treasure.
Best part of the night.
Jim Carrey also continues to be a treasure.
Yeah.
Fucking
Between the
crazy.
two of them.
Losing his fucking mind.
Yep.
Together they showed us a first look at the Sonic movie sequel. We saw Idris Elba's knuckles and everything.
Dude, I can't fucking wait.
Yeah.
It's going to be so fucking good. I have my hopes set as high as I possibly can. Don't disappoint me, Sonic.
Yeah.
You've never done that before.
He eats a chili cheese dog. In
He
the,
did.
Yeah.
That's great.
I love how they leaned into the comically large mustache
Yeah.
for Jim Carrey's Robotnik. That's awesome.
God.
Opening
He seems a
weekend.
little bit more unhinged, which is perfect.
Yep.
That when you let that man go unhinged, he does not.
We
disappoint.
watched Sonic again not too long
Yeah, it
ago,
was a
maybe
couple
like
months.
a couple months ago. Jim Carrey is a treasure in that movie. They did not give that dude any direction. They were just like, go off, dude. Go off.
That's the problem with the Mario movie's probably going to feel so much more buttoned up in comparison.
Yep.
Definitely.
Like they were having fun with that Sonic movie, and it had the Sonic picture.
Yeah, and good on them. They responded to criticisms from fans from early trailer.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, they knew who they were
Did you see
marketing to.
People of like are editing this trailer and poster to just be the version of the old movie version of Sonic from the first.
Well, I like how Ben Schwartz said that on stage. He's like, you guys gave us a lot of notes. The Sonic with the teeth was a good note.
Yep.
Yeah.
There was then an update on Horizon Forbidden West. Then there was a sketch featuring Lil Dicky on PC Game Pass.
That was really good.
Yeah.
That was funny. Hey, we got 100 Thieves here. There's only 3 of them. We're the other 97. Don't worry, we'll take it from here. That was such a good joke.
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
That really is a good. That's like the 30 seconds to Mars joke and
Yeah.
bit and fucking pop star. The lead actor from Shang-Chi, what's it? Simu
Simu
Liu, gives best action game to Returnal.
Hell yeah.
You did it, Sean. They fucking took down the Deathloop juggernaut somehow.
God damn it.
They're experiencing their own death loop right now. All these missed awards.
I will say I saw a tweet today that was very cute, and it was the Deathloop team hanging out with the Returnal team drinking.
Oh,
Oh, that's cool.
nice.
So, how did we fare?
And we both voted for and bet on Deathloop. He voted for and bet on Returnal, so he gets a point
Gotcha.
in each column, and we get jack shit.
Was
Oh,
Guardians
yeah.
in that category as well?
I believe so.
I think that was action adventure.
No, yeah, that's action adventure. Yeah.
Oh, all right. I was like, I would have pivoted my vote if it was in there. So, more Destiny 2 content.
Would you like to pivot your action adventure vote right now
The Witch Queen.
to Guardians?
No. I know what else is in there. Nice try. Here's a weird one. The classic Silent Hill director and his recently opened Bokeh Game Studio premiered Slitterhead.
Hell,
The worst. The grossest name.
perfect.
Yeah,
That's
it is
exactly what I
perfect.
want.
Yeah.
And the composer came back too,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
but like it's
Yeah, it doesn't
not
sound like
what
it.
you would expect.
No, it sounds like a Devil May Cry game.
Yeah.
In both the best and worst ways.
Yeah, I am curious.
Yes.
To say the least.
a nice view into what that game's potentially going to be, and it didn't disappoint. It is weird as fuck, and I'm totally in.
Lady Gaga songs are coming to Beat Saber. Who cares? Especially since everybody just mods that thing anyway. The Lord of the Rings Gollum confirmed. Yeah, with
they shrunk his head.
Fully CG trailer.
Yeah,
he looks weird.
He does look weird.
Little chibi Gollum. I didn't want that.
No, nobody wanted that.
No.
I just wanted like his head, like the weight of his head's pulling him down to the ground, and they made it all like proportional and shit.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't like it.
Somerville returned from E3, and it's half the Playdead duo, but it looks killer. Here's an absolute goddamn delight. The Cuphead Delicious Last Course DLC finally has a date.
That trailer was so delightful.
I know.
Also,
if you haven't seen that trailer, watch it. It's so good.
June 30th, 2022. Cannot fucking wait.
Killer musical number as well.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So cool. Much work went into that presentation. It's wild.
That trailer was dope.
Yeah. Back to Sonic. Sonic Team's open world Sonic game, Sonic Frontiers, is announced.
Sonic Breath of the Chili Dog.
Yeah.
It's so good. That should be the title.
That trailer is hilarious. Because somebody watched the Breath of the Wild trailer and was like, we could do that.
Yeah.
And then they didn't.
They just stuck them in there.
They got it's so off. It looks like somebody modded Sonic into a Skyrim game.
Right.
It's so how do you keep fucking this up, Sega? I love you.
All I have in my notes now is that Nightmare Alley looks sick. Del Toro's next film. Speaking of, he was the presenter for, appropriately so, for Best Art Direction. The winner being Deathloop. Those accepting the trophy thanked both Sony and Microsoft, which then I just had to write down your words, Sean. That was like thanking your ex-girlfriend and new wife.
Yeah. It felt odd given everything that's been happening.
Yeah, I nearly died.
Okay. I got a point.
You got a point?
I said Deathloop. I bet Deathloop. You bet Artful Escape. Randy, Sean bet Psychonauts 2. We all voted with our hearts for Psychonauts 2, which did not get it.
Yeah, how's a heart going?
Well,
I mean, it worked for Sean.
well.
Went through Eternal, but
we're only like 7-8 awards in by now.
Yeah, we're about to get to a dump. Oh no, that actually this is it's award dumping time.
I love dumping.
Real quick before we continue, Guillermo del Toro, his little dig at Konami with that Silent Hill shit.
Yeah.
That was good.
He's like, I love Silent Hill. And we're like, oh,
and then just a middle finger.
Yeah, hopefully get to see something from them one day.
From him at the bottom of the screen.
And he like rolled his eyes.
Yeah. Well, he said before, he's just like, fuck this industry. I'm never gonna try and direct a game like again. After the God, that first one was a THQ joint, wasn't it?
It was Volition.
It was Volition. Mm-hmm. Unsane?
I forget.
Fuck. That didn't come up on our...
No.
Sorry, yeah. Dumping. What were we talking about? So the first one, this was not covered by us in the previous episode, as I don't believe there were any restrictions on a game eligibility.
No.
But Halo Infinite won the Player's Choice Award.
So the way they did this was every game that was eligible... They just gave a list of like a whole bunch of games.
There's like 25 or something.
25 people voted, narrowed it down to
5.
No, it was like 10 or 15, and then narrowed that down to 5.
Okay.
And then they chose a winner.
Yeah.
Oh.
And the winner was Halo Infinite.
Hell
awesome.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And this was the only that it was able to, the only category that it was able to do anything with due to its December release date.
Still won.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
As for the rest... get ready, Austin. Best RPG was Two Tales of Arise, which something...
We all got a point for that.
Yeah, we all been on, right?
And we all lost because we all said Cyberpunk with our hearts.
Best music was to Nier Replicant version whatever.
None of us.
The somewhat remastered that wasn't an RPG for reasons unknown.
Oh, no, wait.
Randy
got a point.
Yeah, that's right. I did
it stuck out to me when it awarded.
Yeah. I said... Guardians, and then voted for Deathloop. Randy said Nier Replicant, voted for Cyberpunk. John said Cyberpunk voted for Guardians, so Randy gets a point.
Although now that I've played it, I would have voted for Guardians.
Yeah, you were all up on your high horse being like, there's such a
listen,
generic list of music.
You guys were right. I was wrong.
I know. That's what I wanted to hear.
They did a good job.
They really did. Best content creator, it's a dream. We don't care because we're in our 30s.
Mm-hmm.
Best multiplayer game, It Takes Two. The first of many.
Damn.
Okay, so this one, I got a point in the betting. Randy got a point in the betting. And we all got a point in the hopes and dreams category.
And I got a point.
You voted for, you bet on Valheim.
In the ashamed category.
That wasn't an unrealistic prediction.
Yeah.
Honestly. Best mobile game was to last year's Genshin Impact.
No, sorry. Going to correct you there. Genshin Impact.
Genshin Impact, yeah.
What did I say?
You said it right.
No, you said it right.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, that's how it was presented.
It was presented as Genshin Impact, remember? By that girl from...
Who knows?
I don't remember. Clan or 100 Thieves or whatever.
Team Liquid.
Team Liquid.
That's the only thing I remember.
Randy voted... Oh, no. Sorry, I read that wrong. We all got nothing in the heart category. And Randy, of all people, gets a point for the bet on mobile game.
He loves.
I don't have a heart in that.
He loves
category.
his waifus.
He does.
Back to the bigger categories. This was a fucking surprise. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy walks away with best narrative.
Yeah, I don't have to.
We all lost on that.
Yep.
Yep. But good on him.
Yeah.
It's
No,
a good narrative.
it is. But you know, comparatively, what it was up against.
Yeah, obviously, none of us thought that was gonna win. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, congrats.
That is a sticking point to the Avengers game
Yeah,
as
definitely.
well. Like that.
Yeah, the second best Life is Strange game of the year won best narrative. Who'd have thought?
Returning to trailers, the what are they? Awakeb, I think the devs they premiered at Tachia.
Oh yeah, another Breath of the Wild game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, which was that again? And then you reminded me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Suicide Squad kills the Justice League, reveals gameplay.
Long.
A bit
Long trailer for gameplay.
And you said they're still sticking with 2022. So
Interesting though. Interesting trailer.
It's very like Sunset Overdrive.
Yeah.
Forspoken is back. Can't decide how I feel on that thing, but it'll probably be
Yeah, it
good.
looks cool.
Yeah. Saber announces Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2.
Fuck yeah, dude. I had to look up who did Space Marine 1.
Space Marines.
Because we talked about it. It was Relic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because that did come up on the THQ.
That was a
episode.
THQ joint. So this one is Saber's developing and Focus.
I think so.
I think Focus Home Interactive owns the Warhammer, the Games Workshop license now. So this is being developed by Saber and published by Focus Home. So it's nobody involved in the original Space Marine. But who gives a shit?
Yeah.
I mean, you know what? It turns out you can make an action game out of just a blue dude with a chainsaw sword. And I will dig the shit out of it.
Groundwork's already there. Just build off of it.
Yep. Exactly.
A newer Saints Row reboot trailer. It doesn't like the marketing this time appeared like maybe did in my opinion, a better job of setting the tone. Like they pivoted.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fingers crossed that it's great.
I think it looked fine. It just from everything we saw, it just looked like a chaotic fucking mess of crazy.
Yeah, I mean this was a lot
antics.
snappier, which is how
Which I think was their plan all along. I don't think they pivoted.
No?
No. I think they just wanted to get their story trailer out first.
Yeah.
To try to get people to care about those characters.
I mean, that game aside, I am not at all a fan of presentations like that when they're just like one person in front of a static background. It's like, let me describe to you what you should be feeling watching this. Like, just show, don't tell.
The Nintendo Direct effect.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, or it gets even worse when they're like, let's describe every little mechanic.
The lights
so that we don't want you to be surprised or discover anything.
The lights go down and it is all emotional and scary. Thank you for telling me how to feel.
This is a cool trailer. You will like this game.
Yeah. You'll like ice cream.
You
love it. You cannot exist without ice cream.
The Nightmare Before Christmas is coming to Fall Guys.
Yeah. Clinging to life.
Some Mad Libs
shout out to Chelsea, who was watching with us. And I was like, that doesn't look too bad when Oogie Boogie and Jack Skellington were on screen. And she's like, wait till Sally shows up. And then Sally showed up, and it looked horrifying.
Yeah.
So thank you for pointing that out.
Then it's Metroid Dread wins Best Action Adventure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm mad, but I told you.
Did you? You didn't vote for it here, did you?
I thought I did.
Okay, so Best Action Adventure, I voted with my heart like a dumb piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I told myself I would not vote for Metroid Dread
At all.
Principle and spoilers. This is the only time it fucked me. So, so Randy voted for Metroid Dread like a big piece of shit asshole.
Wait, this was the one that you voted for Dread?
Yeah.
Actually, not voted for Dread. He bet on Dread.
I bet on Dread. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like I would vote with Psychonauts of Resident Evil in that category.
Yes.
I mean,
he bet on Dread. We bet on Psychonauts. I voted for Psychonauts with my heart, and you two voted for Village with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, all things considered, I'm not too surprised.
Yeah, and all things considered, Metroid Dread is trash, and Village is better, and Psychonauts is better. Next category.
Well, this was Funcom and Shiro Games. They show off Dune Spice Wars. People can't get enough of that Dune, apparently.
But not the first Dune game, right?
No.
Wasn't.
Yeah, Dune 2 is the
talking
first
about it?
RTS.
Dune Spice Wars.
Sounds like
The
a
War for Spice.
strategy game.
It sounds like a GTA online event where you got to find fake THC, synthetic THC at gas stations and then sell it to people.
Yeah.
Then Austin takes a pee break as Will Arnett and Ashley Birch bring more Tiny Tina footage.
I didn't take a pee break. I went to get some water.
Thanks for clarifying.
Actually, Diet Coke. They needed Diet Coke because...
That's what you have to say about
I watched.
Borderlands.
I went back and watched the Tiny Tina Wonderland. Is that what it's called?
Balan Wonderworld.
Balan Wonderworld trailer.
Tiny Tina's Balan Wonderworld, presented by Wonderland.
Based
Presented
off the
by
novel
Chevrolet.
Push by Shaffer. Wait.
You did that wrong.
I did.
It looks bad, and they should stop making Borderlands games. Thank you for letting me sit on my soapbox.
Bold of you.
Continue.
An algorithm gives us Among Us VR, exclusive to the MetaQuest 2.
Yeah, MetaQuest 2.
Oh, it's exclusive to the MetaQuest?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. More exasperated.
That's good. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Because not many people play VR.
Mm-hmm.
So when you have a multiplayer only game that requires 8 people, it's good to keep it exclusive to the one headset that nobody wants to buy.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a good marketing move.
Right.
Suck my nuts, Mark Zuckerberg.
Then we got an in-game K-pop concert.
Oh my god!
And Pearl Abyss's Dokev. It made me go cross-eyed. The funny thing, like that game showed off with like
some pretty ambitious shit.
Yeah, before.
Yeah.
And now
and then they just like
they're like
spray shit all over it.
like,
and we're like I don't know.
It's like it would have been more beneficial to them not be there at all. Like
hold on.
Everybody that went out and pre-ordered that game after that showing is on a list now.
Yeah, it was
like an adult female
and
K-pop group, but they were all like children characters and shit.
Yeah.
Got a bad vibe from it.
Hold on. I missed this one too because I was getting drinks.
Oh, you unfortunate
abysmal.
for you.
It's
okay.
abysmal.
It's fine.
Pretty fun. All right, tonight we have a very special K-pop performance. The South Korean developer Pearl Abyss wanted to thank you for the great response to their recent trailer for their upcoming open-world action-adventure game, Dokev. So they created a music video working with the popular K-pop...
No DMCA. No DMCA. No DMCA. No DMCA. Yep.
Continue.
All right.
Are you excited now? Was that everything you
Is
hoped it
that
was?
the game that... Never mind. Continue.
Yeah.
Then it was Steel Rising from Sean. You said spiders.
Yeah.
I don't know if
I
I'm
think
familiar.
Android pointed that out.
Like
but
actual
no.
spiders?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
they're
just,
making a game.
it's just a bunch of
crazy, dude.
human-sized spiders in an office.
There was a PS1 game where you played as a spider.
There's a...
Yeah, Deadly Creatures.
Well, that's the Wii one,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
No, but this game looks sick. This was the Victorian marionette, like, Android game, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that looked
That
sick.
was cool.
I don't know. I guess it doesn't take much.
This is also where we said Lies of P was coming out, and nobody in the call believed us.
Yeah, not Life of P, which is what I originally called it.
No,
Lies of
I was
P.
thinking of Life of Pi. No, Lies of P, the Pinocchio Dark Souls game.
Yeah, which is
I'm not convinced that that's real.
You can Google it.
I no.
It looks so sick.
Yeah,
It
looks fucking awesome.
Okay, this game, Steel Rising, is like it almost looks like a Victorian era Dark Souls game.
Yeah.
Lies of P looks like a Pinocchio setting Bloodborne game.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
God.
I think they both look sick, but
Yeah.
that's just me.
Metal Hellsinger proudly destroys our ears with its wannabe Doom soundtrack from Trivium and Lamb of God guitarist.
Oh, no, you know what happened? So I was sous videing some pork chops.
As you do.
As I do. And I had to take them out of the sous vide and brown them. So I missed.
Did you get a nice sear on it?
I did get a nice sear on it. They were delicious.
Well, we were confused because we thought it was like an advertisement or commercial for BPM.
It's
that
not.
already came out.
Yeah.
no.
They
Because
beat
it's-
them to it.
It's a music rhythm FPS.
Yes,
Which BPM is, too.
Which is that's exactly
Yeah.
what
It
we were
looks
saying.
exactly the
they
same.
all can't. They're all piggybacking off Chroma.
Yes. The unreleased Harmonix game.
Yeah.
Harmonix, by the way, now a
Collabo.
Fortnite support studio. So
Maybe not first person shooter. Maybe we'll get something
It hurts.
more in a third person realm.
now they're just going to work on the Travis Scott concerts that they do in the future.
How many people will think? I'm not going to finish that joke.
Yeah. Yeah. I know exactly where we were going. I had to internalize that as well.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Star Trek Resurgence looks bad.
Telltale.
Oh,
Is that
yeah.
also Telltale?
Is it?
I think it was also
I
Telltale.
don't know. Those poor fans.
I
Just
think
leave
so.
them alone,
Hold
CBS.
on.
No, it looked awful. It looked like a mobile game.
Yeah.
Star Trek
Man, those
Resurgence.
Star Trek fans have had it bad in the gaming industry. Luckily, most of them are so old that they aren't really into games.
That's a good point.
Oh, Star Trek Resurgence is being developed by a new studio called Dramatic Labs, made up of veterans who once worked on The Walking Dead and The Wolf Among Us.
Right.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So it's not Telltale, but it's ex-Telltale.
Right.
Probably more people than more Telltale people there than actual Telltale.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Aregi appears.
Oh,
Gives both best ongoing game and best community support to Final Fantasy XIV. Of course.
Yep.
But by the way, strange categories to have an ex-Nintendo figurehead speak for.
yeah.
Like a live service.
Yep.
Like
Okay, so...
in like community outreach.
I'm just glad we got him on the stage.
Yeah.
He's
Agreed.
such a-
Wait, are you
such a
trying to say
majestic
Nintendo
person.
doesn't do good community support? That's crazy.
How's Splatoon 2 doing?
That's crazy.
This will come up later, but
All right, so I get a point
Mm-hmm.
for ongoing. Randy gets a point for ongoing.
I think I got one of these.
And Randy also gets a point for community support.
Double dipped it in that FF.
Sean put Genshin,
Oh, that's
Genshin
right.
Impact for best ongoing. And me and you said No Man's Sky for community
Oh,
support.
right.
So,
Yep.
Knew we wanted it.
I was trying to play around
yeah.
picking Final Fantasy, but I probably should have just picked those.
Iron Galaxy, wanting to outdo that Star Trek thing, slams us with the shittiest title of the night. with just the dirt worst art direction to grace this green earth. Rumbleverse.
Oh yeah.
Hmm?
It's
Apparently-
a wrestling battle royale.
I don't know. I was seeing people get into that first really first early access. I don't know if you saw any of this on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, it is like a fighting game VR.
Yeah.
I didn't see a lot, but apparently, I don't know if they were paid
they're
to say good things.
No, there's a lot of folks that are excited.
Yeah.
And Iron Galaxy's a weird, studio. But, you can't. Don't listen to wrestling fans. They're insane.
Yeah. on the surface, that did not play well.
I think I was just so disgusted by the visual look.
Yeah.
That game could be super fun.
Didn't start looking awesome Hanna-Barbera?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I forgot about that. It opened with old school cell animation and then turned into
literally CG cartoon diarrhea.
To the point that the logo is Fortnite's font. You're like, come on.
Yeah.
Speaking from experience, it's very easy to download that font on Google.
Yeah. A Plague's Tale Requiem.
Hell yeah.
Reminded me to play that first game before this arrives in 2022.
Once we get past all Game of the Year stuff, I strongly suggest you play that.
Yeah.
I loved it.
It's on my
I feel
list.
like I would dig it.
I absolutely loved it.
Techland airs a Dying Light 2 trailer using the fucking Where's My Mind Pixies cover from James Wan's Malignant.
I gotta watch that movie.
The best worst movie of 2021.
Also, I'm still so stupid excited for Dying Light 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
the more they show it off, the more I'm into it. So
that's relatively soon.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
February, I believe.
I actually like what they showed off. I thought that the trailer was actually well done.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Crossfire X's single player campaign from Remedy. Still in the way. February 10th.
Part of me doesn't want to look at it because it's one of the most popular games in the world.
I think it might be in
between that and PUBG.
Numbers, yeah.
But Remedy. So it's now I'm forced.
That's the funny thing. So I actually think this looks cool, but the problem, have you ever actually seen what Crossfire X looks like?
I mean, not from anything outside
the
of what
multiplayer portion. It's low budget Counter-Strike.
Yeah, it looks like a shitty Counter-Strike ripoff, which is what it is.
No, sure. I don't you're not wrong, but the campaign doesn't look. It looks completely analogous to
really?
Okay. Just in terms of even the stylistically and obviously graphical fidelity and everything. It's weird to see Remedy behind this and have so much money put into the production value and presentation.
Microsoft's publishing.
Yeah, I was going to say,
which I didn't know
Game
until.
Pass.
So,
is it?
Yes,
I believe so.
It will
That's
be.
what that was my next question. Is
bar
this
to entry
available?
Yeah, it's
to
a Game
test
Pass
out?
game. Yeah.
Okay. Probably just glance right over it.
Mm-hmm.
The lamest band of all time, Imagine Dragons, performs another song from Arcane.
Well, they also performed a song with Ashley Barrett and what's his face from Supergiant.
Which I don't think that part didn't sound bad, but when they did that transition into Enemy, I wanted to die.
Yeah, so I figure I've been being real.
By the way,
tonight, but
little
not an Imagine Dragons
completely
guy.
Unrelated. Just popped in my head. If you watch a show on Netflix, keep in mind you can skip the intro.
Yeah,
yes.
One of the best.
So
features,
one of the best features.
No show in particular that's on the top of my head or anything. It's not like they came out with an animated show recently that's absolutely brilliant but has a good dog shit theme song or anything. It's just off the top of my head. It's some random.
Also, totally separate. There's a streamer I watch, Moon, and he leaned in hard after watching it, and he'd terrorize his chat by just randomly starting to play it. He's playing RimWorld. Or no, I'm sorry, he was playing Kenshi, and then he just starts playing that music and then role play walking to it and stuff like that. And then he's been doing that makes it funny for me, but it's still god awful.
My favorite part was that the fact that it's a theme song for Arcane.
Yeah, right.
So you have to listen to it every episode, but you have to listen to 45 seconds to a minute of it every episode because it's a theme song.
Yeah,
I got to hear all 3 or 4 minutes of it, and it doesn't get better.
Yeah,
in fact. It gets worse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Innovation and Accessibility Award goes to Forza Horizon 5.
Woo!
2 out of 3 for them so far.
So
I believe that was both you guys, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, we all get a heart point.
Yeah.
We all get 1 HP because we all said Forza for this.
Believe I tossed in for Ratchet.
You did.
Mm-hmm.
So me and Sean get a point. Nope, that was you. -1.
Yeah, don't go giving him up.
I will say again. I know this is like keeps coming up, but from playing Guardians, there are a lot of cool adjustments and tweaks that you can do in the options in that, like how much damage you get dealt, how much damage you deal.
Yeah.
So I will say it's
clever.
Me and Randy played a little bit more Far Cry.
Mm-hmm.
There is a decent amount of accessibility shit in there.
That too.
And I also beat Ratchet this week, and there is a lot of accessibility stuff in there that is very cool.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody's still able to hang with Microsoft the way.
Of course not. No, but we were a little dismissive of the rest of them, and they're all doing very cool shit that is necessary.
Nice.
So.
Yeah, and the other game that we didn't know about, I kind of ventured out to see.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's a completely audio game experience in some capacity.
Oh, that's the Veil?
Shadows of the Veil or whatever?
Veil?
Yeah. It just that, which obviously should have looked it up before we went into the discussion last time. But
that's interesting, though.
Yeah, very.
I didn't know.
This is not meant to be disrespectful.
No.
Right.
But what if you're deaf? Like, how is an audio experience accessibility rather than
you
just
think that's more limiting by
not necessarily,
concept,
but
or-
like why? Like making a game specifically that's based on audio is a fucking dope concept, and I'm glad they did it. But how is that accessibility? That's just making a cool idea.
Yeah, I guess
that's why they didn't win.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I guess in the sense where video games are usually more of a visual than an audio experience, so this is like the inverse.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily. Yeah, I guess it's just doing the opposite with leading with an audio experience versus a visual.
Sure. I
get what you're saying.
I get why it's on there, but like,
yeah,
to me, innovation and accessibility is
far-reaching.
Yeah. It's more about making your game available to the widest audience, and to me, designing it from the ground up as an audio experience, while fucking cool, isn't the same thing.
Yeah.
No, I feel you.
Yeah. No, I get it.
GTFO goes 1.0. We'll have to check back in with that sometime.
Yeah.
That game's real rad, but just so fucking hard.
The guy presenting the update wanted to GTFO out of that fucking conversation with Keeley. He was having a hard time, and no disrespect, obviously, because I know how nerve-wracking it must be to have to present.
Do you remember the E3 a few years ago? That poor dude.
The Need for Speed, right?
Yeah.
I think he was a YouTuber. Yeah.
That's like, I mean, putting on live shows is hard, but like I can't imagine being that like position, and it just went on forever. Like it was just like I was like, this feels like an eternity to me. I can only imagine what he's going through
on stage. Yeah, it's rough.
The Spielberg produced live action Halo series announced at the Xbox One reveal event is coming soon to Paramount Plus.
All right,
looks
I can
good.
say my opinions. I think it looks like dog shit.
Really?
Yeah.
I think from
you don't think they're gonna spin another District 9 out of this? Or?
No. I think like visually from what we saw in it, not talking about the characters, just the setting of what they had to CG and the environment that they built. I think that looked at least appealing, right?
It looked like a start. They didn't show enough of
Halo
is a very visual.
There were some sick Halo fan films like out there a while ago.
I don't know. I'm listen, with Infinite as a whole, I was more skeptical than you.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just fully turning over on it and being way too optimistic, but we'll see. I mean, historically, with the exception of Arcane for this year, there's not been a lot of good adaptations, but fingers crossed that they can do with this.
I hope it's good.
We'll see. I mean, we're going to watch it.
To me, it looked a little shitty. But we'll see.
Yeah. No, I can see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Another awards dump. Bit early in the show, if you ask me, but Best Direction, Deathloop took that home.
Oh my god! Did I vote for Deathloop on this
yes.
or not? Okay. I'd vote
against Returnal.
Yeah.
So our heart picks. Nobody got any points. You two bet on Deathloop. I bet on It Takes Two. So you get a point, Sean, and you get a point, Randy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then best esports game is 2009's League of Legends.
Mm-hmm. But we're not counting these points, correct?
No,
this one.
Oh, we are?
This was the only esports because the rest of the esports stuff was in the pre-show.
Okay.
That was where they gave athlete and coach and stuff like that. Best family game was It Takes Two. They're second of 3 as well.
You dumb shits. I told you, don't go with Nintendo.
Rated
but
T
you
for
didn't
everyone.
listen. I don't
Rated
care.
T for everyone. No, it was interesting, the argument you made.
I'm happy for him.
Because no, I am as well. Because obviously, I think that was our heart picks, right?
No.
Oh, really?
No.
I got too boxed in.
I think I was.
Your heart pick was Sean was 3D World, and Randy's yours was Mario Party.
Yeah, because I was trying. I was tuning into the spirit of the category. That's.
And I said
It Takes Two is obviously the best game.
Yeah,
of
yeah.
And I said, and I quote, "Fuck you, Nintendo. It Takes Two for both." And look who comes out on top.
I guess so.
Damn it.
Best fighting game obviously is Guilty Gear Strive. We all knew that.
Yeah,
That's
a
a point. That's negated completely because we all got that one in the bet and in the heart category.
Best simulation was not Inscription, but Age of Empires 4.
Your boy gets another point.
Yep. Good on you.
None of us. We all hoped for Inscription.
Yeah, of course.
But I deviated and said Age of Empires 4.
Can you imagine if it did win an award? He wouldn't have showed up in person.
No,
he would have sent a video that he crafted, and it would have been some found footage shit.
It would have like hacked the screen, and then
I was more like hoping for that.
Yeah, he would have been like, go in the closet. There's a dude with a bag on his head.
Yeah.
Go under seat number 243. There's a note. Have the guy in the closet read the note.
I'm so
Here's
disappointed.
the longitude and longitude.
Yeah.
I'm so disappointed we didn't get something like that.
I know. Best AR VR, AR/VR.
Yeah.
The category that likely won't be around for much longer. Went to 2005's Resident Evil 4.
Yep. And
I still want to try that.
Somebody voted for it.
None of us voted in this category, like with our hearts.
Because we didn't get to plan any.
Yeah, for the bets, me and Randy picked RE4. You picked Lone Echo 2.
Yeah, just to be... Damn. I'm sitting here talking about how to play the game, and I'm doing stupid ass shit like that.
Practice what you preach.
Yeah.
Wait, shit. Did I miss sports and racing or whatever?
Yes, you did.
It's Forza.
Yeah. Which
did anybody?
That was everybody, right?
I believe so. Sports and racing. Forza. Randy gets a heart point because we put Riders Republic. But yes.
Idiots.
We all said Forza for our bets, obviously, because obviously.
Yeah.
And most anticipated for the second year in a row,
hell yeah,
predictably goes to Elden Ring.
Yes.
Okay, so none of us get our hopes up, but we all get a point.
Of course.
Because we all obviously said Elden Ring again, because obviously.
In our final batch of trailers, ex-DICE members form Embark Studios and announce Arc Raiders.
Not just ex-DICE. This was formed by Patrick Soderlund, former CEO of EA.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was into that aesthetic.
Yeah.
Looks really cool.
Something.
Yep.
And then all around delightful people, Keanu Reeves and Carrie-Anne Moss present Epic's The Matrix Awakens Unreal Engine 5 demo. I know me and Austin, we both looked at this after the ceremony, and I texted you about it. It's fascinating. It
is
so.
I really
the fact that this is
played
just
this.
out there for people, like on the storefront as if it were a game, is like bizarre.
Yeah, I really regret not diving into this just so I had something to say about it.
It's weird. The whole thing is in engine in Unreal 5, and parts of it look like you're watching a video. Like the part at the beginning with young Neo. The things that they showed when it's Neo sitting at his desk, that's in engine in Unreal 5.
The whole thing's probably about like
the fucking
10 minutes.
The footage of Carrie-Anne Moss and Keanu talking, that was in engine in Unreal 5. That wasn't a video.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Then they dive into the game, and it kind of just looks like a game.
Well, it turns there's like a.
But wasn't it huge? I read that it was like an absolutely huge.
It is.
So the first thing you do in gameplay wise is like a car chase scene, and it's very scripted, but I mean it's pretty, but you know, a tad shallow. Yeah, it's almost like it's even more restrictive than like an Uncharted like chase, but I mean it's visual. Like it's
yeah.
You know,
the whole
it's
point.
sharp.
Yeah.
It's striking. But then afterwards, it kind of it plops you into this open map, and you can either no clip around it, or you can run on foot as this new Matrix surrogate character they added, and you can like steal cars and drive around the city, and it's like you can play with everything from like traffic patterns and population density to like time of day and all these filters. And I think there's like little tidbits because the map is like,
I was reading it was like massive.
I believe it's never ending.
Oh, is that true?
I think
you
it
can
loops.
pull up a screen. Okay, well that's very on brand, I guess.
I was gonna ask, is it more of like a dev kit feeling, or is it more of like a Matrix feeling? Like you're talking about tinkering with things.
Yeah, it's very like behind closed doors. Like this kind of seems like what those meetings would be at an E3, where like, you know, somebody is showing off, and and then
you can change the visual filter. You can turn off the Matrix filter and make it less green.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you can also like change the view so you can see what material everything is made out of. You can see how many polygons they're made out of.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Things like that.
You
can rotate the sun around the sky in real time and see how the shadows change and get cast.
They individually render all like the rooms and the buildings, and like something that I was way into was seeing the like the soft like physics damaging like on the vehicles and stuff. Like
it's very impressive.
Yeah, but it's like kind of what purpose does this serve?
Well, the whole thing I said to Randy is
it also has some frame rate stuttering. Like
it does.
You kind of wish it ran a little better if this is their showpiece.
Yeah, I mean that's them pushing the engine and the hardware to the limit.
Yeah.
But I said to Randy, I was like, it's impressive, sure, and Unreal's going to be something else, but Unreal 5. But the missing piece of the puzzle is how much did this cost to make and how many people did it take?
Exactly.
Right.
Because if they made this in Unreal 5 with a team of like 50 people and it cost them like practically nothing or maybe even like $1 million, impressive as all hell.
Yeah.
If this thing cost $50 million to make and took 300-400 people, at that point it becomes a lot less of an innovation and more of an iteration on Unreal 4.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're rendering all the buildings inside, but people aren't going to do that when they make a game.
No, because you're right. I mean, there's not a lot of interactivity in it. It's just kind of like what you can do.
Yeah.
But and Matrix is a good venue. Like
absolutely.
For that. But you're right, Austin. It's just like how much. In terms of an actual factual game, Well,
it bodes well for the future,
right? That's what I was gonna say.
But
it at least if they're, regardless if it's 50 or 500, this is showing, I guess, what is possible.
Yeah,
and
they haven't shown us a lot of anything Unreal 5.
Yeah, it is. But my whole point when the first Unreal 5 tech demo came out, the one within like the ruins or whatever. My whole point was we have to stop for a little bit with the pushing graphics to their limits, and we have to start. We have to start focusing on performance, and we have to start focusing on making games easier and cheaper to make.
Yes,
because it's getting out of hand.
Yeah,
and we also very much so have to focus on assets and how big they are and how much space they take up.
Yes,
those
totally agree.
At least this is only 25 gigs, but.
If Unreal,
if
Unreal 5 comes out and they're just like, everything's going to look like that, I'm like, cool, awesome. But if Unreal 5 comes out and they're like, it's going to look the same, but your games are going to be half the size and smaller studios are going to be able to do this more.
Yeah.
That to me is less exciting, and I get why they do what they do, but that is much more of an innovation.
Yeah, it's a scary avenue to go down because then you have this technology and you're pushing the limits, constantly pushing the limits to put the next best thing out. But then you run into, like you said, performance issues, which have become like a major thorn in my side recently. It's like there's nothing more immersion breaking than like hitching and shit like that.
That's the issue with this is you see it, and it's like,
right.
I understand this is the,
And the scary flip side of that is that we have these consoles that are capable of 4K 120, and then it becomes 4K 30, for, like
everything.
Right.
Yeah.
And that I do not want to go in reverse.
Infuriates me that like next gen only games are still like you fire it up and it's like, do you want to do performance or quality? And I'm like, fucking like, we should be past this. Like, those were the two options that we had in the PS4 Pro, and
they're learning.
Like,
they're learning because every game now defaults to performance. They know what you want.
Not Forza.
Which.
Racing game.
But everything else, everything Sony's doing defaults to performance.
Oh, speaking of which, Halo, don't know why I didn't realize, but throughout the like first 2 weeks of playing that game, multiplayer with like everybody, I was on quality mode, and I have I have a 2.1 HDMI monitor to play console games on. I switched it over to performance, and I was like, holy shit, this thing is so much smoother than I thought.
I love that the fucking the GTA remasters have a quality of performance.
Oh, my God.
Regardless of what you do, it looks and runs like shit. But check it out.
Yeah,
there's some playful banter in it. You can't run over any of the pedestrians.
No.
They just explode into, like, green, like, the
code.
The code, yeah.
Yeah. The Matrix.
Anywho... It is time for what you've all been waiting for, Best Game of the Year. Following a badass medley of the nominations, like the original scores, complete with that that one girl just shredding on the guitar.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Naughty Dog's Neil Druckmann, director of previous winner, The Last of Us Part 2, opens the card, and the award goes to... It Takes Two. Take Twos.
Awesome.
It Takes Two.
The least best dressed person there.
A fucking co-op only, split screen only game wins Game of the Year. It wasn't even my first or second pick, but I still fucking love it.
Yeah.
Like,
I should say.
Congratulations to Joseph Fares,
Me and Sean, our hearts went to Psychonauts 2. Randy's heart went to Village. Sean bet on Deathloop. Randy bet on Metroid Dread, and I bet on It Takes Two.
Damn.
Wow.
So, point for me.
We should have made the last one like
You want to make it worth more points?
More.
We'll do that right now.
So before we leave, I do want to shout out Tim Schafer in his dapper suit.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
You fly that wonderful man out to LA and don't give Psychonauts 2 anything.
You literally had
goddamn monsters.
You had both ends of the spectrum.
For shame.
Joseph Fares is sitting in there looking jet lagged as fuck in like
strung out
the clothes he had on his back, just plopped down in the seat, and then you have Tim Schafer in this absolutely astoundingly beautiful purple like suit. He looked so. Oh man, I'm so upset.
Also, shout out to Joseph Fares for flipping off the fucking camera or whatever. I know when Best Direction came up and they showed all 5, he was cracking his knuckles.
Oh, was he?
Yeah,
and threatening the camera.
That's good. And there you have it, folks. Definitive proof from Jeff Keighley himself that who's the smartest gamer and knows more about the industry than anyone else?
All right, let's go over the points.
I feel like
so
based on your look,
the Heart Award goes to John had 4 points, Randy had 5 points, and I had 4 points.
Ooh,
so the Heart
That's actually still kind of low in the grand scheme.
Yeah, it's very low.
Because we voted. Guess what? We voted for Psychonauts 2 and Resident Evil a whole lot.
Yeah.
At
least Resi got the one.
So now for the bets. Sean had 8 points.
Mm.
I had 14 points.
Jeez.
And Randy had 13 points.
Fuck,
Damn.
really?
In dramatic fashion, it came down to Game of the Year.
Oh my god.
Damn.
So I win.
Turns out I don't know shit about games. I'm just pack it up.
Well, you do.
You
do know shit about games. You just voted for Deathloop a whole lot because it got the most nominations, and then they didn't really give it anything.
That was smart though. Like I thought that's how it was going to go down.
Yeah, so did I.
Yeah.
I thought I did worse, but I won.
Listen, I'm happy Returnal got an award. That's all I wanted. At least one.
Can you make me a medal that's the smartest gamer?
Yeah, but it's going to be spelled wrong.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so I wanted to keep this one shorter. I do apologize for the length of the previous.
Yeah, we got carried away.
Yeah. However, you ain't seen nothing yet.
I'm dreading this.
We're soon set to kick off our first official Hot Button Game of the Year deliberations.
I think we agreed on a 9-parter. I think it's going to be 30 hours in total.
It keeps shifting. It was like a 2-parter, and then it became a 3, and then it's a 5, I think.
God.
We have a lot of categories to get through.
There will be arguments. There will be spoilers.
Yes.
And best of all, we will show you listeners that there are truly some badass titles out there that's still getting made that you should play.
Yep.
We've got loads of fun categories, both positive and negative.
Yep.
And are hoping to cut and release things in a way to make them as approachable as we can to you guys. And this then leading up to a nice collaborative top 10 list.
Since the whole thing's pretty much borrowed from Giant Bomb.
Yes.
We're borrowing another. I borrowed another thing from Giant Bomb, which is the story-based categories we have.
Mm-hmm.
The heavy spoilers will all hopefully be focused in one episode.
Yeah.
So if you really care about spoilers, there will probably be spoilers.
You can skip it and come
all
back.
the way around, but that one will be the heaviest day for spoilers.
Yeah.
So.
And then, once we conclude, everyone can tell us how right or wrong we did. It'll be a blast.
Well, as evidenced by
Except
today...
for you, because you have to edit it.
As evidenced by today, I'm right. So, please do send your opinions to 123 I Don't Give a Fuck Avenue, Nunya, California, 69420.
Is that a red letter thing? Yeah, it is. I don't give a crap at eatshit.com or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, plugs.
Thank you for listening.
Yes.
Stay tuned to our website, hotbuttoncast.com, as well as all of our feeds, as well as all of our social feeds, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at hotbuttoncast, for more info on the upcoming Game of the Year stuff we are doing, and our return to regularly scheduled Hot Button programming in January.
Yes. And so, Sean, you probably would have done better if you didn't sell your soul, half your soul for Returnal to get that one.
Yeah, that's true.